Alright, so we're going to talk about canning at home today. I'm going to try and put a video together where it's kind of a comprehensive guide of how to get the lowest package. TPO is total packaged oxygen into your canned beer. I've been doing my studies, reading my textbooks, studying canning lines, asking canning line producers questions. So I've kind of came up with what I think is the best way for a home brewer to get the lowest dissolved oxygen, or TPO, in beer. That all starts out with the water you're sanitizing with. Once again, dissolved oxygen is our enemy, and when we're sanitizing these cans, sanitizer is going to get in the cans, water is going to get in the cans, they're not going to be fully dry when you fill them. Boom, residual oxygen from the water. So what we're going to do is pre-boil our water just like we do in brewing. Right now I have about 7.5 gallons in my kettle. I'm heating that. I'm going to boil it. I'm going to knock it down with my chiller, and I'm going to dose it with some sulfites just like we do our stripe water. Only I'm going to go much lower. I'm only going to put in about 10 ppm of antiox C, which is potassium metabisulfite and ascorbic acid. I'm going to go for that 10 ppm because that's packaging limits, and hopefully when we pre-boil and do that, we add those sulfites. When we're sanitizing our cans and our filler and doing all that, if any residuals are left, it might even help us scavenge any oxygen if it's not all used up already. But the key is it's a pyramid, and you got to start at the top. The top is your sanitizer and your water. So we're going to knock all that water out, or the dissolved oxygen out of the water, and then we'll come back in where we purge cans, fill cans, cap cans, and try and get the lowest TPO we can get. So we'll come back after this is pre-boiled and cooled and sulfited and start the process. While we're waiting for our sanitizer water to get pre-boiled and sulfited, I figured I'd take you in here and show you the rig and what we got to do. So I use a little baking tray. It seems to keep the cans really well. Once we sanitize them, we'll flip them upside down, and that's where they'll stay. PSI. You want a really low PSI. We're going to turn this down to about 1 PSI, and you want a really low PSI to not just explode the CO2 out, but just kind of slowly fill and push out. Of course, we got the seamer, and you'll see the operation of that. Power switch on the side. Can sits here. You push the can up. You do the right side first to actually close the seam, and then you round the seam with this one so you don't cut your lip. In a previous video I showed you I actually modified this. This is not stock. So I built a little shelf here, and I put in a T-fitting right here so my beer gun can sit. And what I'm going to do is actually use this glass, which is the exact same size as a can, to get my flow and see how my flow and my fill is going. You want a nice little 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch head, and you want it to come up and float this lid that's going to sit on top here. And the lid actually sits on top of here perfectly as well, so I can use this as a visual indicator. And I can do this as a one-handed operation as well. So I would purge the vessel, and then all I have to do with one hand here is just push it down, and it'll start filling. And when it's full, I can just lift up. I can't with the camera right now, but just grab it with the other hand and place it right on the seamer here and get it seamed, all the while having another can ready to go. It seems to work really well, and I changed over from the last straw from Northern Brewer to the beer gun. Just a little bit smaller form factor, and I feel it does the same thing. So we'll take you back here once everything is ready and we're ready to can, and we'll go from there. So the pre-boiled water is cooled down. Sulfite's been added. It's at about 110 degrees or so. A little warm, but whatever. I'm going to remove the cap. So like I said, it's been sulfited. It should be at 0 DO or close to. 10 ppm sulfites in the form of antioxidant C. I'm going to add the sanitizer. I'm going to try and be real careful with that. Minimize foaming and splashing. I'm going to turn on the pump just a little bit just to circulate that sanitizer, get that working. Looks pretty good, real little, not a lot of bubbles or anything like that. So that makes me happy. I'm just going to use this for lids and stuff, so I'm going to take a sample. Maybe a little more. Again, being as gentle as possible. And my lids are going to go in here just like you would bottle caps. All right, so now I'm just gonna dunk my cans. I'm gonna dunk them, fill them, try and do this as minimally, splashy as possible, and then flip them over. So I'm gonna work on these cans, get them all sanitized, and then we'll come back. All right, so we're back. We have all our cans sanitized in the sulfited water. I'm gonna put my lids right here. And of course they're still wet, so try and shake off the excess. We're gonna set our flow here. I dumped out the sanitizer, and we're just gonna get a feel for how the fill is going. We want about a 1/4 inch or so head to the beer, and since it was the first pour, it's a little bigger, so I think that's going to be about solid. I think we're good to go. So I'm going to keep that beer because I'm going to drink it, because that'd be a waste. I'm going to get the seamer going, take our can, kind of shake out the excess, set our can up here. We're going to purge for a 10 count. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000, 5 1000, 6 1000, 7 1000, 8 1000, 9 1000, 10. We're going to fill the beer. Have our lid ready. Simmer's going. Beer's flowing. I see a nice little foam there. When the foam crests over the top, we're going to put the lid on so the foam will float the lid. Make sure there's no air under there. So you can see it's above the lid here. Going to lift up, place the lid, and you can see the lid's a little floating. So we're going to push out that foam, drop this, make sure this is back, put this on the seamer, right side first, left side second, can is seamed. I dunk it, there's just some water and sanitizer here. So then we'll proceed on to the next one. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000, 5 1000, 6 1000, 7 1000, 8 1000, 9 1000, 10 1000. Fill the beer. Lid ready. See the foam coming. Foam's cresting, foam at top, lift, place lid, it's floating, push the foam out, drop the beer gun, raise this, seam right, seam left, dunk in sanitizer, grab the next one. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000, 5 1000, 6 1000, 7 1000, 8 1000, 9 1000, 10. Fill the beer. Foam's coming, foam crests, lift, float lid, drop, place on seamer, right, left, dunk, one 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000, 5 1000, 6 1000, 7 1000, 8 1000, 9 1000, 10. Fill beer. If you look in the lines here, there's not a lot of CO2 coming out of solution, so that looks like it's good. We're not going to lose a lot of carbonation there. Foam's coming. Foam crests. Place lid. Back, put on seamer, right, left, drop. Then place in a 4-pack carrier, and we just seamed a 4-pack of pills. Cheers. Alright, so we just filled the pills, but we'll run through it again just to show everybody. So sanitized cans are right here, beer gun here, our glass to get our fill rate and look at our fill, lids, 4-pack holders, a little bit of sanitizer down there to dunk the bottles and dunk the cans and get all the excess beer and foam off so they don't get sticky. So first thing we'll do is check our fill rate, and we want about a 1/4 inch or so of foam. This looks really good. There's not a lot of bubbles coming out of solution, which means we're not going to lose a lot of carbonation. This looks like a solid fill right here. So I'll keep this one for quality control, and we'll start right away with filling the can. I shake the excess sanitizer, even though it's been sulfited. We're going to purge for a 10 count. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000, 5 1000, 6 1000, 7 1000, 8 1000, 9 1000, 10. And we're just going to push down to fill the beer. Have a lid handy. I shake out the excess there. What we're looking for is this foam to come over and crest over the top of the can and float this lid. While this is filling, I'm going to turn on the seamer, and I'll just leave that on for the entirety of the fill. We're going to fill 4 of these cans. So here comes the foam. There it is over the top. Place lid. It's floating. It's going to push out a little foam. We're going to go ahead and put that right on the seamer. Seam with the right side first and round that lip on the left. And then give it a little dunk in sanitizer. I put it upside down so it drains. We'll go right away with our next can. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000, 5 1000, 6 1000, 7 1000, 8 1000, 9 1000, 10. Filling beer. I'm watching the lines here. There's no CO2 coming out of solution. I like that. It's a nice steady fill rate. Foam's coming. I'm going to have this ready. Foam press. Put lid. Float lid. Drop this. Place this here. Seam seam right, seam left, dunk. Grab the next can. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000, 5 1000, 6 1000, 7 1000, 8 1000, 9 1000, 10. I really like that fill looking in it. I can see a little bit of the beer still right here, and then it starts to pick up the foam, which is good. Have a lid ready. Happens decently fast. Foam coming, foam crest, lid on, push foam, seam can, and we'll fill our last can here. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000, 5 1000, 6 1000, 7 1000, 8 1000, 9 1000, 10. Filling beer. Here comes foam. Floating lid. All right, once you get that done, slam on your 4-pack holders. Shut off the machine, and then we just made a 4-pack. Cheers.